Hello, this is Todd Luck, and recently Edgar Rice Burroughs Incorporated sent me this novel. This is the latest novel, Tarzan and the Forest of Stone, and I'm working my way through that, going to do a review. But I know something kind of cool in the back I wanted to share with you guys. So in the back there's an advertisement for Jane Porter comics, and so it shows you the stuff that came with the first Kickstarter, which is already over, so it's just kind of like, hey, this is what you missed out. And then it shows you the next one that'll be coming up, Jane Porter and the City of Fire, and so that'll have a Kickstarter coming soon, it says. And then if you go down, it also says down there at the bottom, we say that there's also a Victory Harbin, Ghost of Omos graphic novel coming, and that's going to follow up on the Beyond the Further Star comics that American Mythology has been doing. It's set in the same solar system with, of course, the same hero, Victory Harbin. And that's really cool. I've already done a video on that. But if we go down to the very last thing they list, look at this, kids. It's Tarzan and the Jaguar Sun. And so, yes, Edgar Rice Burroughs Incorporated is putting out its own Tarzan graphic novel. So all we know right now is the name of it, Jaguar Sun. I wonder if it'll come and wash away the rain. Sorry, every time I hear Jaguar Sun, I keep thinking of the Black Hole Sun song. But incidentally, there is a band named Jaguar Sun.
Take us back, guess we'll go it on our own. I feel it in the water, do you feel it in your bones?
But I doubt that's what it's about. Obviously, jaguars are not native to Africa, and so they're native to, like, Mexico and South America, so most likely it'll be that region of the world that it takes place in or that is involved with the story. For all we know, it could be a reimagining of the old New Adventures of Tarzan serial that was set in Guatemala, but I would think most likely it will be an original story. And so normally I wouldn't do a video when we know this little about a project, but it's a big deal that Edgar Rice Burroughs Incorporated is putting out a Tarzan comic, because for 22 years he's been mostly absent from the shelves. If you wanted a comic book with Tarzan's actual name on it, you've got this one-shot set in an alternate future where the earth is flooded, and then you have these once-in-a-blue-moon crossovers with other characters like Gru or Planet of the Apes or something, but that's it. That's all we've had in comic book stores for 22 years. Now, this graphic novel may not solve that problem. It may end up being like Jane Porter, which was solicited on Kickstarter first, to get donations, and then Edgar Rice Burroughs Incorporated put it on their website, and you can buy the first issue of that now. The same thing may happen with Tarzan, but as you look over my shoulder, you'll notice that there is a hardcover printed by Dark Horse, so they are still printing Tarzan stuff. So it is very possible that perhaps this graphic novel, Jaguar Sun, will be published by Dark Horse as well after the Kickstarter. Perhaps they'll do kind of a mainstream comic book version of the graphic novel, or maybe they'll print it as a mini-series. And even if it's just a graphic novel you can only buy online, that's still a big deal, because for 22 years, other than a graphic novel adaptation of Jungle Tales of Tarzan that Dark Horse put out some years ago, Tarzan has been absent from the medium of comic books, unless it was a story set in Waterworld or Planet of the Apes or teaming up with a cartoon character. I mean, imagine if DC Comics stopped putting out Batman comics except for the cross-company crossovers, right? All you got was like Batman Elmer Fudd and Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those are real things, by the way. I mean, those are nice, but eventually, you're going to be like, I'd like to see Batman being Batman in a Batman comic. And this is what Tarzan and the Jaguar Sun should deliver. And so I would be very interested to know who they're going to get to do this new Tarzan graphic novel. They already have the folks who produced the American Mythology comics working for them. So like Mike Wolfer is the writer, and then the artists that were working with him like Roy Allen Martinez and folks like that. So perhaps they'll end up doing the graphic novel. I'd love to see their take on Tarzan. It's been a long time hope, but they've got plenty of other folks who've done some great, great work on Tarzan. You know, so for all we know, it could be Thomas Yeats putting out one more great Tarzan story. Or, you know, it could be someone else entirely. You know, maybe it'll be Rob Liefeld Tarzan. You never know. I don't think it's going to be Rob Liefeld, though. But regardless, I am very excited that Tarzan is returning to Tarzan-style stories in the comic book medium. And the closely related medium of comic strips have actually been telling stories like that for some years now on EdgarRiceBurroughs.com. There's a subscription available with several Tarzan scripts, and those are actually starting to be reprinted. And you can see over here is the first of those reprints. It's Tarzan: The New Adventures, written by Roy Thomas. And I'm currently working my way through that, and there will be a review of that coming shortly. And I will certainly let you guys know anything I hear about the new graphic novel, Tarzan and the Jaguar Son. So like and subscribe for more videos, and until next time, Jaguar Son, won't you come, won't you come? See ya.